Welcome friends to the Muskrat Links Art Studio today. We are here to celebrate the 100 subscriber special. It seems like just last week that we were doing our 50 subscriber special. It's because it was just last week. You guys have been crushing it with the subscribers. I think by the time this gets posted, we might even have 150 subscribers, so I'll put the number up on screen anyway. You guys have been awesome. I really appreciate it. So we are doing something super special today. Again, you are not going to find this anywhere else on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe, share these videos with a friend because we've got something cool going on here at Muskrat Links. We are going to be painting Augusta National hole 12, which I think is the second hole on Amen Corner. It's the par 3. It looks absolutely beautiful and we are going to recreate it in the Bob Ross style of art. And here's a graph of my art skill. What? Right there, it's 0. I've done the Bob Ross style a couple times before. Actually, I'll show you my paintings now just so you can take a look at them. As you can see, I've done, a few things here and there. They don't look terrible. I have basically 0 artistic ability when it comes to like actually doing stuff. Digitally, I'm pretty good. Physically, not so much. So this is gonna be something to behold, I tell you what. So I think without further ado, let's get right into the painting. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Thanksgiving, getting to spend some time with your family and friends if that's something you choose to celebrate. So I started this painting the night before because I knew it was going to take me a really long time because I'm not the fastest painter. So we're about halfway through here. If you guys didn't see the picture already of the hole, I'll put it up on screen now so you can compare. But yeah, here's what we've got so far. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it doesn't look like much. Again, it doesn't look that great. But trust me, a lot of effort went into this so far. Right now we've kind of got the green, some of the background, the kind of bigger tree with the pink bushes in the foreground. We need to add some bushes kind of in here, maybe up in here we'll add some more leaves on the trees. Then we have to do the main part, which is putting in the bridge. So that is going to be what we have on task for us today. I think we'll just get started in a minute here and we'll jump right in and we'll see what we can do. This will be interesting. Well, I think we're going to start off here with adding a few bushes down in here, a few tree branches up in here, then add like a little couple white or white-yellow trees in the middle here to make it look a little bit more like the picture. So we're going to go right into our sap green here to get that nice deep green flavor we're going to need for this. I think I want to add a touch of the midnight black as well, just to deepen it a little bit, to give this painting a little bit more depth. And we're going to take the corner of the brush and just kind of tap in a few bushes right in here along that edge. That's nice, actually. That's really good. And we're going to go back in there, add a few, just a hair of some accents up in the trees here. I especially want to give this tree a few leaves just to make them look a little bit better in the background. I like that. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go into our fan brush here, because technically there's like some pine tree looking thing on this side. So I'm going to go right into this green once again and kind of just go right up this side. Let's see if we can cover a little bit of the purple on this side. A little bit of that. Yeah, that could theoretically represent the pine tree. Maybe not. But I do want to add our little white tree back here. So we're going to go ahead and clean the brush now. I'll try to give you guys a little close-up on this one. All right, we're going to dunk our 1-inch brush into our odorless paint thinner here. Give it a good scrub around. Throw off some of the excess. Just beat the devil out of it. Except now there's devil all over my tripod. That's not ideal, sports fans. Probably should have thought about that before I put the tripod there. For our 2 bright white trees that are going to go in the green back here, I think I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to the titanium white to see if that will make it any brighter. I don't really know much about mixing colors, so perhaps this is the wrong idea, but we're going to give this a shot and see what happens. Just going to take a little bit of this, bring it right into here. Maybe that'll brighten things up a little bit. Okay, maybe that brightened things up a lot bit. That's not a bad color, actually. I actually want to go in with my little liner brush here first to get some of those trunks in, just to give it like a little something to work with here. Let's see, so they're kind of like just behind here. I'll do something like this. Okay, that didn't do jack crap. All right, let's go back into this color, see if we can kind of dig out some more. It's not exactly going according to the plan, but I'm not exactly a great artist either, so let's just kind of tap that in. Well, there's the makings of some bright thing there. Okay, it's not working out great. we are going to just go ahead and scrape in the outline of what would be considered a tree. Yeah, okay, that's a tree. That could be something. I'd say it's like a 4 out of 10 for trees there. That's pretty bad. Okay, let's move on to the main attraction, which is getting this bridge put in here. We're going to have to mix some colors on here to get like the stone color we want. So maybe like brown and white, I guess. Let's see. All right, I think our bridge is going to be mostly white with a little bit of brown kicked into it. Maybe even some yellow where it's nice and bright there. So I'm going to take a little bit of this white, start getting some laid out. We're going to tap a little bit of brown on there. Let's just see how this turns out. Getting some mocha action going on here. Maybe I added too much brown. But we want it to look like stones. Okay, that's not bad, you know. That's not bad at all. Let me give you guys a little close-up there of that. Can you see that color? What does that look like? Brown to you? Probably not. All right, anyway. So let's go ahead and we'll cut across this. So we just want to get like the top railing kind of put in here right now. So we'll cut across there. Keep cutting across. We want it to kind of go through here and down and out. Okay, that's a little bit of an edge. That works for me. Let's get that continuing to mix. Okay, let's try to throw in the other edge. So this next edge is going to come from down here, come up, and then it's going to meet this edge right about up in there. All right, so let's try to see if we can get that thing in. So we'll get off our little roll of paint here. Maybe. Maybe. Focus. Camera. Camera's right here. You can do it. Yeah, there's that little roll of paint we've got there. Let's see if we can get this guy edged in. Try to match this as much as we can, then start heading up into it, and then meet and merge right off the edge there. Okay, that's not terrible. Cut in there a little bit more. Canvas is kind of bent, so whatever. Okay, so we've got kind of our two edges here of the bridge. That'll play. Maybe I should have put the green in first. Maybe that would have been the smarter play. Now we need to see about getting the actual shape of this built in underneath here. So I think I'm going to take the knife and kind of carve out the circles again. So we're going to do whatever these like little culverts are under the bridge. I think I actually need the lower side of the knife here because we need to be a little bit more accurate on this small canvas. So I'm going to get right up in here and let's take a look. It's going to be like right here. Add in that circle thing to go right about here. Okay, so that can be like a little circle. That works. So that's the first one. Let's go back in here, pick up some of this, spread it out, cut across. All right, and then that dips down, pretty much goes right into the next circle, which comes up right through here and comes down about there. Okay, it's starting to look like a bridge here, guys. That's not terrible. Let's cut across, grab some more. And we've got last circle going from the bottom of this. Coming up, coming over, coming down, right about there. And then it kind of just goes off the screen in a line. Just kind of goes over to this edge. Okay, decent, decent. I'm going to put that layer of green in now so we get that kind of green hill covering the front of the bridge here and see what that looks like. Okay, honestly guys, I think I can make that green with what I've got here on the palette already. It's going to be mostly yellow with just a tap of green in here. So I think I'm just going to take some, just an ever so slightest touch of green, toss it into our yellow, and see if we can mix this guy up to get a nice bright green that we can go put down in that bottom corner. To really capture that grass, grainy grass look. Maybe that's going to be perfect, actually. Let's grab the 1-inch brush, I guess, and toss it in with that. All right, let's load this 1-inch brush with all we've got for our green and yellow. Let's see if we can get it down in this corner. probably needs a little bit more green, but otherwise that's not terrible. So let's just tap the green in there a little bit more. Mix this right on the brush. And let's tip the bristles in just like that. Kind of add it right in like this. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That actually looks decent. I don't mind that at all. Pretty happy with that result. Okay, I'm going to worry about the stones on the bridge later because that's going to be a little bit of finesse work, I think. Let's see if we can get the shadows down in this water. So we need some dark areas under these bridge circles, semicircles here. That way it looks like it's actually got some depth. So we're going to need some dark brown, which I've already got up here. So I think if we take the knife, go in with the dark brown, try to make those shapes, we'll be all set. All right, we've got some brown mixed up here. So we're going to go under the bridge. You see if we can place in a little bit of shadow. Go down something like this. Just try to lay it on there. Nice and dark. And then we're going to continue that down low here. It's going to reflect back up kind of in a circular formation. It's kind of going to continue down. Okay, I think what I want to do is then just cut across here, kind of break it up a little bit so it looks more like waterline. That's okay. We're going to reflect the bridge down a little bit as well. I think I'm going to take my liner brush and go back into a little bit of paint thinner, just to thin this out a little bit. Get kind of that color that we use for the edge of the bridge. And see if we can kind of get some of the reflections of the bridge down in here. So we'll take this down, bring it up through here, connect that right back up, go back into that color again, knock this one down. It's going to go just off the frame, come back in up in here, cut across here, and then go back down right about here. All right, so that's going to be our bridge reflected with it coming across just like this. It helps if you make the noises. That's what Bob told me anyway. Now we're going to do the same thing to this one. Let's go into our brown again. That's a good amount. Kind of bring it down here. Just kind of get some color in the space. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap there this time to try to make it easier to put in my water edge. I want to have it curve back up a little bit to kind of meet this curve right about there. That's a good angle. Now let's see if we can get the color spread out nicely in there. Okay, 3 shadows entered in there. Whew, this is so much more stressful than golf, I tell you what. Okay, so I think what we want to do is start giving the bridge a little bit more definition. So we're going to go in and kind of layer some of this color in here. Maybe make it a little bit brighter as we get towards the edge. I might throw some yellow in here and get some stones going. But first we need to just get some paint on there so we can get it kind of looking like it can actually be a bridge. Just dropping the color in. Don't really care where it ends up. And we're just going to throw some light color in here for the reflections. We'll reflect those down to make it look more like reflections in a bit. This will just help get it to where it needs to go. After that, okay, let's start adding in kind of the semblance of some rocky stones here. Take a little bit of this. Just kind of throwing in some doodads, making a little bit of a pattern here to it. Bit of a struggle here. I don't think Bob ever does anything that really has like stonework on it per se. I think he did maybe one bridge that had a little bit of stonework on it, but again, it's not much to go on for someone who does not do any art at all, aka me. Okay, we're kind of working with something now. Getting a little bit of the angles right here. That's looking like more of a bridge. Okay. I think I might have found the plan. Making these little cross A's here going around. All right, I'm going to add a few more back in here. Make it look a little better. I'm glad I kind of found this as I was going along here. It feels a little bit better. I'm actually making something work. Looking decent. Okay. Now we need to get some of that green in there, then we can start working on the water. Just gonna flick a little bit of these in here. Again, this is kind of gonna get reflected, so I don't really care too much. Just gonna give it little looks. Just doing these the opposite way, kind of doing some downward V's instead of some upwards V's. And that should reflect nicely.
Looks really good. What happened?
I started arting, that's what happened. So we're gonna go in and just pull some of these down pretty close, just ever so lightly, just so you can still make a little bit out of maybe where those lines could be for the rocks. Just a hair. All right, then we'll cut across a little bit. Cut across. Okay, that's not bad. Now we need to redefine our edges a little bit here with a knife, and we should be in good shape. We'll grab a little bit of white here, pull this out over here, just so you can get like some water ripple effect right there. So just toss this in along the edge. Now it's looking a little bit more like could be water. Same thing here. Get a little bit on this edge. Cut some water down in here. There we go. There, that looks a little bit better now. Cool. Okay. So now we've got that. Maybe we pull some of the water down in here to make that a little bit better. I think we need some kind of green reflections from some of the trees back in there, and that will start to make that area look a little bit more like water. So we'll see what we do with that. Let's actually try reflecting with the fan brush. That's kind of only my other option here, so let's make sure that's nice and clean. And we'll just kind of go in here and just pull this down, straight down. A little bit of that dark, watery essence in there. Try to get it down as much as we can. And then just sweep across ever so gently. Bob would say just 2 hairs and some air. It's going to give the hopeful impression that there is water in there. Okay, maybe we need to define these edges a little bit better. We can throw in our little kind of white, blue water line marks in there, and that might help out a little bit. All right, I've added a little bit of blue and white here to see if I can get just a smidge of blue color into the water here, just a little bit, just to give it that thought that there's actually water back here. Just kind of bounce a few ripples in there. There we go, that's decent. I think I'm going to throw a couple extras up here as well. Okay, not bad, not bad. I think what we're missing now, I think this bridge just needs some definition on this bottom edge. I might go back in with the knife with some dark brown on it and just kind of curl around this edge just to give it like a little bit of that shadow so it looks like it's not just blending in with the river. And then we'll try to throw in our green here and then see what we're looking at, I guess. All right, I've already got some pretty dark brown on here, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut across it with my knife. And I think we're just going to start and just ride it right up this edge a little bit. We'll see if this was a mistake or not. Just kind of better define the bridge edge. Decent, decent. And then we come right here. Pick up a little bit from this. Okay, we just need to emphasize that a little bit more. So we'll cut across, pull some more dark out of there. There we go. Okay, that's better. Just drop it down right there. Slice it up, smoosh it down. cut across, bring it here, bring it right up and out. Okay, I feel like that's done well for us. That's a power move right there. Yeah, okay, that's decent. I like it. You can kind of see a little bit of the reflection. I think I need to add a little bit more darkness now into the reflection. I think these whole shadows are supposed to be reflected, and that's where I'm wrong right now. Like, I feel like this whole thing should just be a reflection. I don't know if I want to go that far. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're pulling a big play. This is going to be the scary move for everybody. I think Bob's going to be proud of me, though, when I do this one. I'm taking all this paint off. Every spot I have a reflection, I'm scraping the paint out. That's pulled down from here, pull down from here, pull down from here, pull down from here. Take that paint right off. And I'm going to reflect that a little bit better. Pull down. Because we've got the color in the canvas. It's already got it. It knows what to do. So we don't need the glob of paint there. And I think that's going to give us the definition I've been looking for between the bridge itself, like what's actually under the bridge. Sorry about that, easel. What's under the bridge and what's just supposed to be reflected down here. So now we're going to reflect this thing. Here we go. Now we're going to reflect this for real. Pull this down. Pull this down. Pull this down. Give it just a little cut across here. Cross, cut across. Oh, I got a hair on there. I'll see if I can get that off. Okay, I think that's looking better. Let's see if we can get this hair off of our water line. Oh yeah, we got him. Bristle has been retrieved. Gonna give this edge a little bit more definition with some ripples now. Where do my ripples go? We'll use our kind of white. We'll start out with just the white. Oh yeah, I got some up there still actually. Perfect. I'm gonna give it like right on this edge. There we go. Just a smidge more. There, okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's throw some green on here. This is where it's all going to be a disaster. And then I think we've probably got ourselves a painting. We just have to put the flag stick in, then we'll be good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I did not notice, but we are quickly running out of time here. We got 8 minutes left on this camera. I can't be asked to plug it in, so we're just going to lay this green in here and hopefully call it a day, call it a finished painting. So we're going to take the tiniest hint of green, throw it in with all this yellow, mix it up right here in the corner, and see if we can get our walkway color that we're going to put on this bridge. Just need to get this nice and green looking. I think it needs a hint more green. I'm just going to spend all my time mixing up the green and no time actually painting. But it's worth it. If we can get this to come out looking good, it is perfectly worth it to mix the color. All right, let's roll with that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this knife to try to put it on. So we'll grab our roll of paint here and go ahead and start laying this in. Just need to get this color on here. And then we can pull it down and get it into the right place. Oh God, it fell down the bridge. What is that? I picked him up. He's fine. Maybe I shouldn't be using that much paint. Okay, we're starting to get it on there. All right, time to switch over to the other side of the knife. Skinny side. Just get it into these last few places. Drag this along until it disappears. All right, now let's smooth it out as best we can with the time we have available. Scoop some of this, toss it in here. Lay it in here so it looks like we've got a place golfers can actually walk over here. That is looking decent and decenter. Remember guys, all art looks better the further away you stand from it. You guys are going to have to stand back about 40 feet from this painting. It's going to look really good, trust me. Alright, so we've kind of got that in. I think that's going to be our walkway with a few minutes left on the clock here. Let's see if we can add a flag stick. 3 minutes, oh god! I need some more yellow stat. Alright, we've got our yellow. Let's see if we can just clean off this knife a smidge. But guys, if you did enjoy this episode, be sure to leave me a like. This has been a ton of fun to do. Again, I can only say thank you for all the subscribers. You guys have been doing awesome on the support lately. I really appreciate it. Be sure to share these videos with a friend or someone you think would be interested in watching what we've got going on here at Muskrat Links. That is sort of yellow, kind of looking like a flag stick. I think if we just add a little bit more here. Oh god, I'm kind of going into the bunker now. Oh, it's getting worse. That's okay though. Just dab in a little bit more at the top. I just want a little bit of yellow right in here. Okay, it's ugly. Boom, Picasso, we like it. Guys, that is going to be it for me. If you want to purchase this painting, well, I think the camera may have died just as soon as we were finishing with the flag here, but we've pretty much got a finished painting, so I think I'm going to go ahead and sign it and sign us off here. So, put a little C, a J, and a G with a line. There we go. There you have it. From all of us here at the from all of us here at the Muskrat Link Studio, happy painting, happy golfing. Please subscribe. God bless.